This season finale of the Nerdbender podcast is brought to you by Gauntlets, a very handy tool to have in a fight to the death against a Final Fantasy character. Well, I mean, if they're gold, that is.
Welcome, everybody, to our Season 2 finale of Nerdbender!
Bender.
We have made it to Season 2.
You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yes, exactly. So, and also to welcome everybody. And if you're still watching this video after that sponsor, then God bless you. That's all I'm gonna say. But
it was all my idea.
Yeah, exactly. So send all the lump of coal to your only mate's house.
I don't care.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm, of course, the black-haired Russian Santa Korra Kenobi. And oh, look at this! SpectralStar!
I see a shining star, and we have to follow it. And we see SpectralStar, and he's born again.
Exactly. Good timing, SpectralStar.
Riz does know his mic is muted, right?
Yeah, Riz, your mic is muted.
He's aware. I was letting you go through introductions because I'm a good little guest.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, so yes, I'm of course the black-haired Korra Kenobi. I'm the one moderating this, and of course, we have the usual gang. We have Freelancer Amber.
What is up, people of the internet? Look at all my red hair gloriness.
Gloriness.
Yes, we of course have my co-founder and best friend, DuoDreamer, who is not wearing a Santa hat, but he's wearing something.
Well, like I said, since I'm a co-founder, I can do whatever I want. You know, I'm like Donald Trump. I can do whatever I wish because I'm the president. Hey.
Okay.
But anyway, hey guys, how you doing? I'm glad to be here for this season finale of the Nerdbender podcast.
Yep. And of course, we have SpectralStar. Now, everyone, SpectralStar is a little bit sick, so he's going to be here for just a bit, and then he's going to unfortunately got to go because we want him to rest up and feel better. So, SpectralStar, if you can, say hello to everybody.
I'm dying.
Oh, no! No!
Hey.
Our comedic effect!
You're not supposed to die. I go first. Remember that. I go first.
Why do you go first? Are we the same age?
Because I'm older.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I don't want to bury you. You're going to bury me. Okay?
It's too much work.
Just let the crows eat him.
Yeah. He was eaten by cars.
Oh, God. No.
Move on.
But how are you doing, SpectralStar?
I got a headache. That's the worst of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And of course we have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Trying to get through roll call here as fast as I can. And of course we have our returning guest, or not really guest at this point.
Rich, dude, man, you're off your game.
I know I'm off my game.
God, man, you forgot another member of the Nerdbender podcast.
I know, I'm off my game. I apologize, everybody. It's not been easy for me. Of course, we have our returning member, Jaru.
Oh my God.
Just take what you can get, okay? Jesus.
Yeah. This is the longest bird flip ever.
I know.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Jaru, how are you?
I'm sick as a dog, but you know, could be worse.
Hey.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every cough out of lung, that was me.
Hill's not so lonely after all.
Okay. And of course, we have my friend who will be editing this. We have your only mate. Say hello, your only mate.
Hey, I just got off work. I'm not looking forward to editing this. That's why I do enjoy editing, so meh.
We love
Such
you.
cheer.
And as I just got off work, I'm doing this.
Uh-huh. Oh, God.
That's why I got sick right there.
Oh, God.
Oh, crap.
And of course, how could we not forget the best for last? We have our returning guest. We have not seen him since February. We have the one and kindly Grestar, who I like to call our own personal Santa Claus.
It's me, everybody. I'm not sick. Yay.
You get an achievement.
Ha!
Blink, bloop.
He's such a good guest. He didn't catch.
I love
the
how me
play.
and Amber went for the exact same reference.
I know. Yes, of course. Anyone who doesn't get sick on this podcast automatically gets an achievement.
Oh, by the way, I am repping the Rooster Teeth UK community.
Oh, nice.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Thank you for plugging.
Same.
Thank you for plugging that. And of course,
Jealousy.
we're here to talk about Death Battle. What a shock. This is our 6th or 7th time doing this. But this time we're going to do something different. We're going to talk about the whole season 4. What did we think of it? Was it good? Was it bad? All that jazz. So, yeah, let's get into it.
It was garbage. It was crap.
Worst season ever. Like
I disagree. I liked it.
Decent.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I was waiting to see, like, are they being sincere?
All I can say is that Death Battle is a fake debate show. That's all I can say.
Ah, fake
That is a good
news.
Trump impression.
It's fake.
It's really good.
It's all fake.
he
They're
said that.
all biased.
Of course, it's fake. It's fan fiction.
yeah. Well, it's entertainment.
No, in all seriousness, no, I really enjoyed this
Characters,
season.
of course, it's fake.
I thought,
But they're not real?
I thought this was a really good season for 2D animation.
Yeah,
Personally.
yeah.
Yes.
This was in my opinion, this was the best 2D animated season we've ever had. We had so many great 2D fights this season, and of course that's all thanks to our rising star, Louis CV Jets.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it actually helps a lot that he's in house now. Like,
Yes, yes, he is.
he's editing right next to Torian.
Oh yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so anytime he needs a little bit of help, Torian's right there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we also had the returning Zack attack.
Yeah.
Yay!
Zack
Yeah,
attack.
he came back. That's awesome. I didn't
Yes.
even know that.
Oh, not only him, but also Aquila, and we've also got
Wow.
Brandon Yates doing music for Death Battle again.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Welcome
I love
back, Brandon.
Awesome.
Yep.
It was a packed season for animators. So right now, just right off the bat, what would you guys say about this season? Like, where would you place it amongst the other seasons?
Well, personally, I'd say it was probably my favorite.
It's very good.
Like, it didn't necessarily have the most hype matches of all time,
There's
but
an echo on Richard's end.
yeah.
Yeah. Ignore.
But what matches that it did have, I think, were just all around above average in quality, more so than other seasons, in my opinion.
It's a very good opinion.
Your opinion is quite excellent.
Yes, it is.
It's wrong, but it's okay.
I'm the same way. I thought this season was very good. It started off at a low point, but it gradually went more up as time progressed. And I'm a sucker for those type of seasons. I like when seasons start at the low point and then work their way up. Like, that's one of the many things I didn't like about season 3. It started off very high up, and then it gradually
I was about to say, because do you remember Dante versus Bayonetta?
Yes, I remember Dante versus Bayonetta. But that's what I loved about season 4. Like, it was an average low to high point season, and I like it. And it was a great season. I just can't say anything else, but it was great. And
Okay,
it was
it's great. I get it. You've said that so many times.
Well, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them.
Yeah, he's talking to me.
Yeah, exactly.
What a lot on here.
Riz, yes, of course, Riz. What do you think about this season?
Well, I'll admit, I had to look up which ones were actually contained within this season.
Of course.
Yeah.
My memory is the worst. And so I can't really rate it objectively with the other seasons, but I definitely thought it was good. For me, it was more patchy, where we had some good ones at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, and then some, like entertaining, but otherwise kind of meh ones throughout too.
Yeah.
But I definitely found enjoyment this season.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, good.
DuoDreamer, what about you?
I have to say, quality-wise, they really stepped it up. in terms of animation, of course, with the 2D sprites. When it comes to Torian, he did step up, but it's like it's hard for him to, best his own work when he does it so freaking well. You know what I mean? And I always want to see like what's next for him. You know what I mean? What's next for him? So, but sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts collected.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
But all in all, I thought it was a really good season. Research-wise, they really stepped it up with their research.
Okay, we get it. Stepped it up.
You be quiet. Okay?
Yes, exactly. Okay, Scrooge, let us talk.
I think it had more to do with the controversy with Android 18 versus Captain Marvel.
Oh, we'll get to that later.
We'll definitely get to that. But
We'll
I
get
did
to the
notice
controversial
that.
stuff later.
Yeah, so I did notice after that they really had to like do a better job at the research, and I think they did. But we'll talk more about it pretty soon. So all in all, I liked it, and it gave me some dream matches I've always wanted to see on this season. So, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Amber, what about you?
That's pretty decent, despite the amount of losses.
Oh.
And what I'm about to do, like close to the end of this.
Oh.
But I thought it was pretty good, and well, I really don't know like into pretty much detail because there's some characters that I don't know much about, but I still root for them anyway, or I don't root for them, and
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's because of Richard.
Yeah, it's kind of really distracting.
I apologize.
What
was that?
Nothing. Continue.
Yeah, continue.
But I thought overall, in terms of animation, it was pretty good. And even though there are some battles that I call bullshit, but I think that's about it. And I think Luna here agrees. Do you agree?
Yeah. SpectralStar. What about you, man?
Well, the season with Dante versus Bayonetta was probably my favorite season of all of them. So I would put this season right next to that one. Yeah. Whoa, Jesus.
It looks like the dog agreed with you, Star.
Yeah. Yeah. That's about all I gotta say, really.
Okay. You're only me. Do you have anything to add?
Okay, personally, in terms of favorite seasons, I would have to give it season 2 just because that contained a lot of my favorite episodes.
Right.
But in terms of season 4, I'm not sure. I'd put it like around near enough where I'd put season 3, like without. Not sure.
So.
Yeah.
So about even, but season 2 is always my favorite.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there you got it. We all agreed that this was a pretty good season.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about the good matchups that we liked. So
basically favorite episode.
I would say yes, but just like matches that we just liked, matches that we either have been requesting for a long time or matches that we didn't see coming, came out, and we just thought they were good. So let's just talk about that.
Okay.
All right. I'll start us off.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
I'd easily say like my favorite match, just because childhood bias, would have to be Seth Roth versus Virgil.
I knew he was going to say that.
I mean, I have to.
Yeah.
Seth Roth was the boogeyman of my childhood, and I haven't cared about a death battle since like Bowser versus Ganon. So,
oh gee, I wonder why. Could it be because of the Porpho pick?
Are you a Zelda fan? I didn't know.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a closet Zelda fan. I don't like people that.
Really?
Oh, all right. I understand that.
So yeah, no, just having a character in death battle that I care about and having them win and be awesome was easily enough to make it my favorite. But I also was a big fan of Metal Sonic vs. Zero. I thought it had a lot of cool animation quirks to it. And I just like the characters a lot. So yeah, those are my favorite matches of this season.
Very good matches. Very good matches. Riz, what about you? Did you have any favorite matches this season that you liked?
I mean, yeah, just looking at the list of them, I thought that Dog versus TJ combo was probably my favorite in terms of animation.
Yes,
it was so good. I got so hyped during it. Like they really did a good job with the sound design, with like the music that they used during it. Every punch had impact. It had a good story surrounding it, which is, if you've seen my reaction, I enjoy that.
Yes.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really good animation in general. I liked Power Rangers versus Voltron.
Oh yeah.
Smokey versus McGruff was surprisingly entertaining for me.
Oh yeah.
I think I got two famous anime voice actors in there.
Yes.
Christopher Sabat and Chris Rager.
Yeah.
Yes. The voices of Vegeta, Piccolo, and Hercule Staten.
There's more, but let's not go through the full list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. They had that little montage in the next time, so.
Yes. I agree. That was a great. In my opinion, it's one of the most underrated fights of this season, and I feel bad for it. It took like 6 days for the fight to get 1 million views, and that's never happened to a death battle before.
Oh, really?
Yes. Dang. It was that underwhelming to people, but it's understandable. Some people didn't like this. They don't think people should do these type of joke fights, but it's death
I wouldn't say
battle.
it's full on joke fight.
No, because there was a conclusion.
It's pretty jokey.
There was a
It was
conclusion.
like a funny death battle. That's
I mean, I could see where people would look at that and be like, this isn't the kind of content I'm usually looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because whoever really thought, who do you think would kill the other successfully? Between these two?
No. I mean, I expect.
Not a lot of people.
No, I would.
How would they do it?
A lot of people didn't even know who these characters were.
No. I
Very
knew
true.
who Smokey the Bear was. I had vague knowledge of McGruff the Crime Dog. But I never thought.
It's pretty old school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
probably weren't around then yet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but
In his heyday.
yeah.
Dog
I
Day. My bad,
I
Dog
never
Day.
thought that who would actually win in a fight between these two. That was very interesting. And I did like on how there was a conclusion to it, which is kind of a real life conclusion. I mean, yeah, if you thought a dog was going to beat a bear, then
That's like a few hundred pounds heavier, than a dog.
yeah.
That's when it's not the size of a mountain. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Thought Smokey was going to smoke him, man, with his gun, but he didn't have his gun, so.
Yeah. Well, technically speaking, McGruff doesn't. He's a pre-detective, and even though he is a cop, he doesn't like using guns. I mean, he does know about guns, but yeah.
anyway, so is that all that you had to say, Riz?
I mean, in terms of the fight I was anticipating the most, I suppose, it probably was Naruto versus Ichigo.
Yeah.
Because, I watched a lot of Naruto, I watched a lot of Bleach, not the end, so there was a ton that surprised me. But it was two characters that I recognized. So
Don't worry about it. Just good. Talk about it.
Yeah.
So I was going to suggest let's not talk about the result or anything because someone has yet to watch it, as far as I'm aware.
Who?
I mean, I didn't mention the winner.
I don't want to ruin Bleach.
I was just excited that it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're good. You're fine. Totally fine.
Wait, so you're okay for us to spoil it?
Yeah, well, if you want to, I'll just take my headphones off right now. Just let me know.
No.
I wasn't actually going to.
I have no reason to talk about the winner.
Yeah. No.
Okay, cool.
It was a hype match.
I stand by that with Riz. Because it's an anime, it's a shonen anime versus anime character that's been requested for a very, very long time, and I'm happy they finally did it. And
There was actually a poll a couple years back of which shonen anime fight do you want to see? Naruto versus Ichigo, Naruto versus Luffy, or Luffy versus Ichigo.
Well, I'm kind of glad they didn't.
Funny enough, Naruto versus Luffy got the most votes.
Oh.
But yet they did Naruto versus Ichigo instead.
Well, thematically, I think that makes more sense, in my
But
opinion.
also because, Bleach is finished and you know, Ichigo's not really likely going to get anything else. Same with
Well, he
Naruto.
is
I mean,
getting-
Boruto is still going, but still.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. That's pretty good. Amber, do you have any favorite matchups of this season that you were either looking forward to or just ones you just liked? I think Amber's dog. It's okay. It's okay.
You three done? You three done?
Wow.
Okay, she's safe.
Phew.
Okay, yeah.
Wait. I wouldn't say there are matches I look forward to because, well, I just like let it happen. But I'd say my favorites death battles. I'm looking at the list right now. It would have to be Scrooge McDuck versus Shovel Knight.
Yes.
Power Rangers versus Voltron. Rip my childhood.
Yes.
There goes
I feel the same way.
Lucario versus Renamon.
Very good. Very good.
And Naruto versus Ichigo.
Wow. That's very good.
Those are my favorites. Okay. So yeah, but if I could pick my most favorite out of those, it would have to be. I'm like looking at the list.
No, it's all right.
Think.
I pulled up a list too.
It's between Naruto and Ichigo versus what do you want? Between Renamon and Lucario because because each of their series are like pretty popular, you know. So it's really hard to choose between those two death battles.
Understandable.
But if I had to pick one of them, it would be Lucario versus Renamon.
That's very
That's
good.
my final decision.
Okay.
I was just.
As you can tell from like my EP had, my not extensive, but my Pokemon Plus collection, I'm more into Pokemon than freaking Digimon. I still love Digimon. And
Yes,
all that.
hands down. Very good.
Yeah.
When that fight was announced, I was just happy that we finally got a Pokemon that wasn't from Gen 1.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad Lucario versus Renamon gets so long. I doubt it's going to top many people's lists.
Very true. Very true.
It was a 1 minute melee though. I don't remember who won that one.
I think it was
a draw.
Yeah, thought so.
I actually added it in the end of the hype video I made for that.
Yeah. I'll go next because my list is a little shorter because I want to keep it short, straight to the point. I enjoyed, like Amber, I love Scrooge McDuck versus Shovel Knight. I've been wanting Scrooge McDuck in Death Battle for a very, very long time. I never thought it could theoretically happen because, I mean, I didn't know who to put him up against. I mean, the most common one was Scrooge McDuck versus Wario, which, I mean, I don't know how I would have felt about that, but I love that they picked Shovel Knight because...
I mean, if they brought Scrooge back, I could see them doing that.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, but, I mean, I just loved that fight. You know, there was a lot of nostalgia for me there with Scrooge, and I do like Shovel Knight as a character. And I think why I mostly like that fight is because of how it was animated by Jets and Jerky. They did an amazing job with it, and it's one of my favorite 2D fights of this season. So,
yep. I don't know if you guys watch the Death Battle casts, do you?
Sometimes I do.
yeah.
I watch most
Okay,
of it.
because when they were talking about that fight after it came out, was Nick. He really, really wanted to add a specific sound effect to Scrooge.
Uh-huh.
And it was when Shovel Knight busts down the door and Scrooge is angry, he really wanted to add the...
Oh no.
So,
like the
Donald,
Donald Duck yell.
yeah.
That's no, it wouldn't.
Yeah, no, and then yeah. The other ones I liked, of course, was Megazord versus Voltron because that was my second requested matchup for a long time, and even though it killed a lot of people's childhoods, including mine, but I was happy Voltron won because I liked Voltron slightly more than Power Rangers, but that's just me. It was an amazing fight. Tori did an amazing job with it, and Brandon Yates came back to it, and he provided an amazing soundtrack to it that...
He actually got fired from Hypergauge after he did that.
Yeah, exactly. But let's not talk about that.
I also like how Matt Pat was actually in there.
Yes.
yeah, that was cool.
Matt
Yeah,
Pat,
and Andre the Black Nerd. He was in
Yes,
that
of course. Andre the Black Nerd, Team 4 Stars, Kaiser Neko, and Lenny.
And Lenny Patel, yeah.
Yeah, like the whole cast was pretty good. My only one problem with the fight is that we didn't get enough interactions with the Rangers and the Paladins.
Yeah, the whole point was getting the two robots to fight.
I know.
That's what everyone wants to see.
I know, but in my opinion, I'm a guy who likes to see interactions between the two characters, you know, because I want something there, you know. That's just me, though. And
so are you saying that you like having a story with the
Yes,
fight?
exactly. Thank you. I do like having a story. You're not the only one. Like, I mean, you know, I'm just saying, like, I want chemistry between the two people who are fighting, and I just want to see what comes out of it. And don't get me wrong, I do like MatPat, but in my opinion, and this is something that Jaru brought up, MatPat did an amazing job cosplaying as Keith, but this isn't but he was not Keith. Because I couldn't see Keith.
No, they had a reason for casting MatPat as Keith.
Oh yeah, I understand. And
it was because Keith has like such a distinct voice that it'd be like near impossible to actually replicate. So they decided to go with MatPat, who also has a really distinct voice, and they decided let's just go with that.
Yeah, which was good. I did love MatPat as Keith, but I'm just saying, like,
I listened to a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yes, I can tell. I just wanted more interactions, but that's just me. And my final one...
oh, sorry, before you go off Megazord vs. Voltron. Kaiser Neko, when he did his audition, he just did that Pidge yell when he's running with an active grenade for like 10 to 20 seconds or something.
Yeah.
And
wow.
Chad questioned why Voltron's feet didn't roar after he won.
Yeah. Anyway, so... Yeah, and, you know, the last two are, of course, you know, Balrog versus TJ, because why not? It was an amazing fight. The best choreographed fight we've seen of this season. It had more charm to it than I could have ever imagined it would, and it was just nice to finally see a boxing match. We've seen Death Battle tackle a lot of different motifs, but we've never seen them do boxing, and I love boxing, so I'm happy they did it. And, of course, the last fight is Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 2099. That was amazing. I'm happy they did that. That was my original requested matchup for a long time, and I know it was too short in some people's opinion, but I loved it, and it was just pretty damn good. But maybe that's my nostalgia bias I'm talking.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, we've all seen Batman Beyond. Well, except you only made here.
I've seen the first 2 episodes at least.
Come on, he's very knowledgeable.
Yes, of course. But we're all Batman Beyond fans, and of course, you know, how could people not go for Batman Beyond? You know, it's like instinct. You know, you're like, who the hell is Spider-Man 2099?
Basically, it's Batman in an Iron Man suit versus Spider-Man without the spider sense.
Yeah, but I did like on how it was, and it just made my love for these two characters even more great. So yeah, those were a lot.
Personally, I had more fun researching the characters and watching the shows than I did watching the death battle.
Yeah, but, I agree. I got that feeling too. But another quick fight I'll bring up is Natsu versus Ace. That fight, because it was that fight that got me to go back into Fairy Tail. Because I used to watch it, but then I stopped, so then I watched it again. It was very good.
Bro, do you even One Piece?
I used to watch One Piece, but I don't watch it anymore because it's too damn long. It's like 700 episodes, man.
Yeah,
it is very large.
Taking forever.
I know, yeah, but
I did enjoy watching Fairy Tail for that death battle. That was fun.
Yeah, but that's my list. So. DuoDreamer. What about you?
I'm surprised hardly anyone talked about this. I personally like Laura Croft versus Nathan Drake.
Oh, right, that one.
That match is underrated.
Yeah, I mean, I love the characters, but I'm sorry, it's just like I was expecting more hype to it, and in my opinion, it had an unfair advantage because. Dude, it was the season premiere. The last time we had a season premiere, it blew the other competition out of the water. So it was a lot to live up to.
But I like this because it was like two human beings who are archaeologists doing battle, fighting over an artifact. And I thought that was a good way to get them to fight.
Of
And
course, it was
there's
like
always
the
been-
way to have them fight.
Say what?
It was like the way to have them fight.
Yeah, I know. You're trying to correct me, boy.
No, I agree. No, I did enjoy that death battle, and I enjoyed the fact that it had a story behind it, and the fact that it wasn't all contained just within like one room or whatever. There was actually travel. We got to see a bunch of different feats and how they actually might happen in the real world.
Yeah, like Nathan actually making that leap. They brought up in the analysis.
Yes,
Right.
thank you.
I mean, it made me feel like I was playing Tomb Raider and Uncharted. When I was watching
I
it.
agree.
You know what I mean? Another one I liked was, of course, Power Rangers versus Voltron. It was a big, huge nostalgic overload for me.
Yeah.
And they're both my childhood, but I was really going for Voltron because I love
Amen to that.
Voltron first. And I love Power Rangers, but Voltron, man, I just feel like you can't beat Voltron. You know, it's
Still to this day, the internet is
I'm
not happy.
sure
with this.
Epion probably could.
Another one I liked was, of course, TJ Combo versus Balrog.
Yes.
It was like one of my top favorites and also one of my disappointing moments because I wanted Balrog to win so badly. I wanted him to win
You and me
so
both, dude.
I wanted because it's like I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, and I played Killer Instinct, but I was like more of a Street Fighter guy than a Killer Instinct guy. And Balrog is one of my favorite characters to play with, so I was like pushing for him. But I was open to the fact that there's a possibility that TJ Combo would win, especially when they said that he was influenced by Muhammad Ali, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Things around him, and oh my god, I was like, no. I was like, I'm gonna have to, if it does happen, I have to brace myself and stuff. And then it did happen.
Yeah.
He popped his head off. I'm like, what the heck?
I agree with you on that. And I'm a huge I grew up with Street Fighter as well, and I did play Killer Instinct, but I went for TJ because I like his character more. Like he has a. I'm sorry. It's just like Balrog is just a standard grunt who can't run a damn business. He ran a business into the ground, and he's.
I know, but it's. I
Because
just like
business skills totally factor in a fight to the fucking death.
I know.
Yeah.
And then I had that moment where I was acting like Mick from Rocky when he was keep getting punched by TJ. I was like, "Get up, you son of a bitch!" And then
Because Mickey loves you.
he popped his head off. Another one I liked was Shredder versus Silver Samurai. Was
Yes.
To me,
absolutely.
one of the bloodiest death battles I've seen in this season.
Dude, Silver Samurai died 4 times in that fight. It was overkill.
I know. And the fact he just like cut his hand off, threw the sword in his face, took his head off, and just crushed it with his bare hand. I'm like, holy.
They love decapitations.
Yeah.
They love that.
I don't remember.
And let's not forget the first ever Flash animated battle was pretty much
Smokey.
one of a kind.
Yes.
It was one of a kind. I was glad they took a chance with this one, and I hope they do it again. In the
I want them
future.
to do it again for Mickey versus Bugs.
That'll be great. That would be great.
Yeah.
And of course, the one fight that made me fall over on my chair, Virgil versus Sephiroth. I've been waiting for this one ever since seeing it in 1 minute melee a couple of times. I said, I want to see this research. I mean, I've seen it researched before.
If we take the 1 minute melees into account, Virgil won once, Sephiroth won once, and they drawed.
True.
So
yeah, but we're not taking
dead
it
even.
into account.
I say we take at least the first one into account because it was still on Screw Attack at the time.
Sure, I agree.
But all in all, I liked all the other episodes, but those were like my top favorite.
Absolutely. Agreed. SpectralStar, what do you think? Like, what were your favorites of the season?
Well, obviously Sephiroth versus Virgil.
Yes.
That's probably the best fight I've seen this season.
Of course you
I
like them
would
because
say.
they have just as good as hair as yours.
And I pretty funny that the actual canon for Sephiroth that he actually uses a lot of shampoo and conditioner to keep his hair like that.
Oh yeah,
Is that really canon? Like they didn't. That wasn't.
I don't know.
Wait, seriously?
Like actual lore.
Of his fan club.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sent in a letter,
Oh wow.
and the Final Fantasy team was like, "Yes, this is how much shampoo he uses."
Yeah. It's more shampoo. and
Okay, I'm
conditioner.
glad I'm not roommates with Sephiroth because that would cost a fortune to keep him in hair products. Man.
It must.
He also likely kill you.
Yeah, and he
Oh
tends
yeah,
to
that's right.
burn
Makes
down
you,
the
makes you
town.
wonder how many strokes,
Those damn Genova cells.
how many,
Okay.
but it makes you wonder how many brush strokes will it take to maintain that silky hair of his?
I do, these
He
are
probably
the
has to have
questions.
like help.
These are the questions that need answering, I guess. It's more brush strokes than all of us combined, I tell you that.
Yeah. He's probably got like a
brush
long
stroke
brush
on me,
or something
so.
like his sword.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Reaches all the way down. Yeah, it was a good fight, man. Really well done. I'm surprised they handled Supernova the way they did because
Oh, yeah.
it's really hard to tell what's going on. Is another solar system getting destroyed in a different dimension, and then it just he carries you to that dimension, but he's in the dimension, he's not getting hurt, but you're dying over there, burning to
I
death.
have no idea. And they even said themselves,
God.
it's a tricky subject to talk about, so, you know.
I'm glad that it's not an illusion. I'm glad that it is a real thing. It's just in
Yeah.
a different dimension or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's way more.
I remember those talks being around Tifa versus what's her face?
Yeah, what's her face?
By the way, did you just call her Tifa?
Yeah,
Tifa.
I think I heard him call her.
What? I say Tifa, I'm lazy. All right, leave me alone. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I love versus Tifa. That was one of my favorites.
They were trying to like a lot of fans are trying to figure out where her toughness point or her durability. Well, she could survive an exploding sun, you know.
Not really.
Yeah, exactly.
And like some people were like, well, that's just an illusion. It's not real, you know. And
This
I'm glad
is
they
true,
put that up.
you know, yeah, but this is, like I said, you know, the Final Fantasy fans, if you're looking at this right now, don't come to us. We're not the ones who had influence on this, so, you know,
What?
understand,
What?
you know, because it is
Yeah.
the Final Fantasy community. The
Did I
Final
start World
Fantasy
War III?
community is still not happy with how they treat
World
it.
War III.
Are we all gonna die? What's going on?
I don't know.
Eventually,
I'm scared.
But can I just say a lot of stuff I saw when Cloud lost? It was like, oh, that's bullshit. Cloud beat Sephiroth, and Sephiroth is so powerful. So Cloud should be
I'm like an
as
archive of
powerful
salt.
as him.
Yeah.
And the exact same thing with Tifa when she lost. Even though if they actually fought Sephiroth 1-on-1, oh boy, they would get just destroyed.
Yeah, but anyway.
By the
not
way,
talking about-
I'm just throwing this out there. I have spoken to Max a few trades, remember the research team, and he does confirm this. Cloud and Tifa alone do not stand a chance against Sephiroth.
All right, well, let's move on because I think we've done enough to the Final Fantasy community with that advertisement.
Except for Advent Children. I thought fought him alone and they had been children.
Yeah, that wasn't
Any other
entirely Sephiroth, though.
Oh
Like-
yeah, SpectralStar.
That is-
Thank you, Jar. SpectralStar. Any other death battles besides that one?
Moving on. I really liked the Shredder versus Silver Samurai.
Yes.
That brought me back, like my childhood with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Same here.
I honestly thought Silver Samurai was going to win that one just because he was a Marvel character.
Oh yeah.
Like the Shredder's just a guy. That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Say again, Amber.
he's not just a guy; he's a high-ranked master ninja.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, and again, you know, it's the popular theory. If a ninja and a samurai fight, obviously the samurai's gonna win. You know?
Really?
No, the theory is that the ninja's
that's the
gonna win.
popular opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I've heard it two different ways.
Ninjas are in trees, though, man.
That's true. Yeah.
Shooting spikes at you,
The
throwing
ninjas
stars
are
and shit.
trees.
Yeah. Exactly.
Guerrilla warfare always wins.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Anyways, that's just
I
my
love
opinion.
No, it's all right. Yeah. So those are our favorites, and you know, you can tell.
I'm not done yet.
You're forgetting a couple people.
Wait, who am I forgetting?
Oh my
I guess I'm
god!
done.
man.
And
Wow!
and that's 3.
Wow!
Christ, you're only made. Please ignore what I just did and say what your favorite matches are, please.
Okay,
Ignore what I just did.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
Okay, basically I'm separating some of my favorites into different categories. For 3D fight, I would have to say it's absolutely Bora versus TJ, just because I got really, really into that matchup, and by the way, went for TJ, and was really, really hyped when he was just beating the shit out of Balrog at the end.
Go ahead, put on the wound. Put on the wound. Go ahead. Yeah.
It was a close fight, just
saying.
And I do like how they implemented the triangle theory of boxing.
Yeah.
Because
And
that's something
real life boxing
no one bring up.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, 2D fight. I have a couple I want to name just because one I wasn't entirely hyped for, but then the animation just blew me away, and that was Shredder vs. Silver Samurai. Of course, we named just because it was so fast paced. It was just so freaking good.
Yes, and Jets himself said that he didn't think this was going to be a good matchup to follow Balrog.
How wrong he was. Also, the death. I saw them talk about it on Death Outcast. They were suggesting all these messed up ways for Shred to kill Silver Samurai, and Lewis was like, "Screw it! I'm gonna put all of them in there."
Yeah,
that's why it was so brutal.
Yeah,
and I love it so much.
Any other ones?
Metal Sonic vs. Zero, just because of it being an awesome hybrid of 2D and 3D. Oh, and Naruto vs. Ichigo for the analysis.
Yeah.
I won't go into the verdict, but I just like how they did the analysis.
Right on, man. Right on. But yeah, those are it, everyone. Those are our favorites.
You got everyone? You sure you got everyone?
I'm pretty sure I got everyone. I got everyone. I literally...
Are you sure?
Have we asked Amber's dogs?
Okay, yes, of course. Amber's dogs, what do you think? I'm sorry, okay?
Okay, well then, what do you think? Yeah? Nothing? Okay, they got nothing.
Okay, somebody get me a truckload of Coca-Cola, because the caffeine in my brain
How about Meg?
Why are you asking a picture?
So, Meg, what do you think about Death Battle? Last season, huh? What do you think? Like it?
I'll take that as it was okay.
Okay. But
playing the silent game, huh?
Yeah, so those were great matches, you know, our favorites, you know, that just shows that this season was packed full of great ones. But with all great ones
and great puns.
Yes, but with all good matches, there must come bad matches, or least favorites in this case. So, I'm going to ask this, this isn't, just to clarify, these are not matches that we hated or we thought were bad. These are just matches that we did not like as much as the other ones. I just want to make that clear. Yes, please, go first. Sure.
I don't have one, so move on to someone else.
Okay, fair enough. Amber.
I'm actually going through the list right now to see if I remember what I don't like.
That's fine.
Okay, but mostly I think there's just one.
Sure.
I just don't like the well, not like you said, not in terms of I don't like the animation or the matches, or we just don't like it. I just don't like it because I just don't know much of the characters because I only know the heroes of them, which are Mega Man and Sonic.
Understandable.
Yeah, and the only information I'll get out of it is either reading the manga or playing the game, which I've only played one Sonic game in my life, and I think it was Sonic 2, Sonic Adventures 2.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
And that's about it. And I've only seen maybe one Mega Man anime. It was Mega Man NT Warrior. If you guys remember that old channel way back,
I just realized another matchup I should have listed.
I don't remember the name of the channel, but it was way back when I first saw Mega Man.
Fair.
And I even have a little toy from the series.
Right.
But yeah, I think other than that, those are just pretty much that's the only other Death Battle I don't like.
Understandable. Jaru, what about you?
All right. Only really two matches really come to mind for me, and for different reasons.
That's fine.
Sub-Zero versus Glacius, I didn't like just because the animation was kind of mediocre. It wasn't terrible.
I
by
mean,
any means.
especially if you put it next to the DBX that came out shortly after that, which was animated by the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Cloud versus Guts.
Yeah.
It just wasn't very crazy, especially compared to stuff like Metal Sonic versus Zero or Smokey versus McGruff. But the other match, which I have some issues with, or it's less the match itself, but the research I had to do for it, and that's Megazord versus Voltron.
Ooh.
I watched the entirety of the original Voltron cartoon.
Okay.
And it was agony. It was so terrible.
I warned you.
What the hell is this?
I said, Jaru, prepare
You released
yourself.
the beast.
I know, Paul, Jaru, prepare
kidding
yourself.
me?
The apocalypse
Okay, no,
Old school was a masterpiece.
has come.
Hold on. Okay. I love the 80s Voltron, but I told Jaru, like, when you watch it, it's going to be a little repetitive, and, compared to modern
A little.
Yeah, a little being the key, a little, not being an understatement, but I'm just saying, compared to modern animes and cartoons nowadays, Voltron, the 80s Voltron looks like a Windows Movie Maker play.
What the hell?
The apocalypse.
Really?
The end is nigh, children.
I'm sorry! What do you want?
You want to know? You want to know how bad Voltron is?
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh boy, Joe's gonna go crazy.
Bite your tongue.
That's how bad it was. It was worse than Power Rangers.
Duoloth is
That's
coming.
like the lowest bar.
I mean, I was just told that the original Voltron series, because I haven't watched either of them, I was told the original one was just to sell toys. And then
That's
the remake was
almost-
brought about with a story.
Yeah, the Netflix Legendary Defender one that's on right now, it has more of a better story, and it has more better characters and cohesive themes rather than the 80s one. Okay, I'm just saying, Duo, the 80s one is good, but I wouldn't hold it up to the highest of standards. It's not something. It did influence Power Rangers. So there's that. Just saying.
What do you mean there's that?
I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. What do you want from me?
Is the defender of the universe.
Do I have to get into the bunker?
No, I don't think you got it.
I'm already there.
Well,
need-
He-Man is the master.
Hey, that's my
of the
bunker.
universe.
Get out, asshole.
So
And yet somehow He-Man had more enjoyable animation than Voltron.
Ow.
Richard, kick him out. Kick him out.
Oh,
No,
no.
keep it
No one's getting kicked out. Okay, it's just an opinion. But anyway, continue, Jaru.
Anyway,
Continue.
aside from the pain and agony that was Voltron, I pretty much had a pretty fun time this season. So that's all I just like.
Okay. I'll go next because I only have one, like Amber, and that matchup is Okay, Duo's gonna hate me for this one. That's Laura Croft versus Nathan Drake.
Why?
Because okay, calm down, man. You're scaring the crap out of me. I'm kidding.
I can see the triggered face.
I know. Well, thankfully I live here, so he can't get me. But anyway,
You get a plane easily and fly to Texas, go right into your house and kill you.
Oh crap! And he knows where I live.
Area.
But go ahead.
I'm just
Explain.
saying. Okay,
Why?
the animation itself was fine. I agree with the verdict. I agree with it was a great episode. Don't get me wrong. It was a great way to start off season 4, but there was a lot of hype around it that I feel it didn't live up to because there was more hype around it than people give it credit for, and I feel like they knew that themselves. They probably knew that this wasn't going to be an amazing season premiere, so they just said, we'll just go for the bare bones above average, and that's fine. I was just expecting more. The voice acting was amazing. Everything was good. It's just I feel the hype that surrounds this matchup was not fully realized in Screw Attack's version, but again, I think even they realized that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, it's my least favorite because I didn't get as hyped about it as I thought I would, and that's it.
quick question.
What?
Have you played Uncharted before this episode?
Yes, yes, of course. I had a whole Uncharted binge game marathon. I played the first 3 games. I even played the 4th game. Of course, I played the Tomb Raider reboot. I'm a huge fan of the reboot. And I'm just saying, the hype that was with those games was more interesting to me than the actual hype with this episode.
Okay.
Yeah, but again, it's not their fault. It's no one's fault. It's just they knew Tori was going through a lot because he had to micromanage both this and Megazord versus Voltron. So that is why Megazord versus Voltron ends up having more hype around it than this one. But, you know, it was still a good matchup. So I liked it.
I think it's also because a lot of people honestly hardly knew who Nathan Drake was.
That's true, and I even said they should have done this matchup last season, because Nathan Drake's series was finally coming to an end, and of course you had the sequel to the reboot, which is still going, and we're getting a 3rd one pretty soon, and a movie next year, so I felt like last year was the perfect time to do this, but this year they had to do it. But again, so last year, if it had came out last year, I think it would have been more hype-worthy, but this year, it just died down a little bit. Mm-hmm. But that's my opinion.
Okay.
Okay, good. I'm still alive. Thank you. Yes, who wants to go next?
I guess I will.
Yeah, go ahead. Because
like I said, I love all the episodes of season 4, but there was one that was my least favorite, and that was Sub-Zero versus Glacius. Not because that Sub-Zero won and I wanted Glacius to win. It was more on the research. I kind of felt like...
If you say what I think you're going to say...
Let him finish. He's had to endure enough from all of us, so please let him finish.
Oh, it's fine. But anyway, I've always had this thing about that using the Test Your Might as
I know you were going to say that.
I'm sorry, but... I've always had a problem with that because...
Okay, and let me tell you why that problem is stupid.
Mate, let him finish.
No, go ahead, mate, go ahead.
Okay.
The reason why they use it is because they also have feats that pretty much make it consistent. Like, we've seen Sub-Zero rip cyborgs apart. I'm pretty sure he could chop through titanium if he wanted to.
Yeah, but the cyborg's titanium, though. We can't assume that they are titanium.
yeah, it's safe. It's safe, SpectralStar. It's safe.
No, I'm just saying that, yes, the cyborgs are strong, but they never really specify what the materials of those cyborgs. We can't really say that they actually are titanium.
It's okay, SpectralStar. Okay.
That's why I had a problem
when it comes to
them using the Test Your Might. Because if you're going to use Test Your Might, then pretty much every single character in Mortal Kombat can cut through titanium. Heck, they can cut through
only
diamond.
Do it with characters that have consistent feats that go with it.
All right, go ahead, Jar. You had something to say?
I understand that, but like I said,
my general thought
go ahead.
when it comes to these feats is, particularly with Mortal Kombat, is that when you consider the scope of what they do, it's not so unbelievable. Especially when you're looking at fatalities from Mortal Kombat 1. I remember one quite vividly, Smoke. I think it was Smoke. It was one of the cyborgs. One of his fatalities is literally just him shooting out a bunch of bombs and then the Earth exploding. That happens. They use that. So
this is true.
Mortal Kombat is a very over-the-top series. So something as basic as cutting through a statue doesn't seem too crazy to me.
Thank you, Joe.
He's right. Well, it's just an opinion. Let's remember that.
Yeah, it's just an
Now
opinion.
let's counter that counter.
I have spoken to Max about this.
Oh, wait,
let's do that.
Go ahead, Riz.
We're going to counter that counter argument a little bit, though.
Sure,
and
go
say,
ahead.
all right, if we're going to say that the feat of breaking the titanium block or whatever is justified because they have other feats that would reasonably allow them to have that same sort of strength, instead of giving us that feat, just give us those other feats
Right.
that would have supported that breaking feat, or at least tie them into each other during the conclusion to avoid all the unnecessary controversy.
I agree. Yes, I agree.
Take that up with Nick or Sam, whoever was writing the episode.
Just because otherwise, like, I can understand why there's
it's understandable because they've been called out for. I've seen many Death Battle reactors call them out for mentioning these feats that they don't mention in the opening analysis and they mention at the end of the analysis. I know the reason you're only made. You don't have to remind me, but they get called out on that because okay, people constantly say, if you would have told me this information, then I would have had time to process it and think about it if it's logically possible. And then, therefore, that would have pushed me over with this character winning. But when they don't do that, they think that they know who this character is going to win. And
I just want to point out we have like an hour and 15 minutes left.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying. But anyway,
no, I am one of those people that you're describing right now. That's me that you're talking about. Like,
no.
So I understand.
I mean, a lot of people do it. I mean, I've even done it myself. But I understand the reasons they do it. It's understandable.
Well, it's kind of like what Riz was saying. Like, a good example is Sephiroth versus Virgil, where they were talking about Sephiroth's physical strength feats, and they couldn't really get a pinpoint of how strong it is, so they used Zack as an example of him cutting that door, and then at the same time, him and Sephiroth clashed swords with each other. So that was something.
And Sephiroth has constantly overpowered Zack.
This is true. Right. This is true.
So that I kind of like that explanation, even though they never really said like, "Oh, we don't know exactly Sephiroth's strength feats and whatnot." They used something to explain it. But I like how Riz explained, like, if you're gonna use the fact that Sub-Zero can cut through titanium, give us something else that tells us that he can break through that type of material.
I agree, yeah. And Riz brought up great points in his own reaction, and I agree with most of those people that bring them up. They bring up great points, and I do hope that one day, Death Battle, Nick and all of them, they decide, okay, we are going to do. But again, that's just how their format is. It's worked for them for all these years.
And something else.
But on the topic of the statue and specifically breaking that for the test your might, rather than using, say, Sub-Zero ripping cyborgs in half. I think the main reason they use the statue rather than those is that plenty of the just tearing the cyborgs apart feats are probably more impressive, just because they're cyborgs and not a statue, and they're probably tougher because of that. But it's really hard to measure because it's like we don't know what the schematics are on these cyborgs. We don't know how tough they are, what materials are made of, etc. Whereas, so it's believable that his strength is in the spectrum of the titanium statue. It's just that the statue is much easier to measure since its size, shape, properties, etc. are known.
Agreed. I agree with that. Riz, do you have anything to add? And also, do you, like, just off the top of your head, do you have any least favorites of this season?
Yeah, I was going to add, though, before we move too far away from this conversation, I don't know how many of you guys watched my Sephiroth versus Virgil reaction. It just came up today. So
I haven't. I only just got back from work.
Cool, that's fair.
I was going to watch the things we got off of this.
Well, it's something that I talked about at the end of that, but I did complain about how they used feats that they didn't show at the beginning, like the Zack cutting through the steel door and everything.
I was a bit yiffed about that too.
Yeah, and
same here.
But I made the distinction too, because I do think this is important, that like it does fit the format to do it the way that they've been doing it, and it's fine if you're viewing the episode as like purely a spectator. But if you're being a reactor, and specifically a reactor who was trying to make a prediction as to who would win the battle, then it becomes a lot more difficult. And I personally felt cheated in this when they suddenly brought those other things in.
I did too, mainly because I remembered them bringing up how much force Sephiroth blocked in Advent Children, and then I heard, okay, so Virgil hits with this many newtons of force. Yeah. I went on my phone to convert the newtons to tons, so it was like 750,000, something like that, and that made me think it might be a bit less than that. I don't know.
That's fine.
I don't remember.
But I think
that made me think, okay, so yeah, if he switches to Beowulf, then he definitely overpowers Sephiroth. But then they brought up the Zack thing, and I thought, oh.
Okay, yeah, well, continue, Riz.
So I just understand it from the perspective of the show that they're providing, but when we have this kind of like specialized task, you know, what we're setting out to do when we watch these, it just makes it difficult for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think someone else had something to say about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Death Battle does that on purpose. Like, you know, they use certain figures and stuff to kind of throw people off on their prediction. So, like, say like reactors like us, if we say, "Oh, we're definitely gonna think that Virgil's gonna win," but then all of a sudden he loses, and we show that reaction of like, "Whoa, I'm surprised that I got it wrong," you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, but there are people who are like, okay, I like Sephiroth, I was rooting for him, but I think Virgil's going to win. And then, you know, there are the people who were surprised that, okay, I'm not mad, but I'm surprised, you know?
Right. But I think that Death Battle has always done that, where they give out some stuff in the pre-analysis, but then they go to a full explanation in the post-analysis.
Yeah, rarely does the pre-analysis stuff actually, you know, remain a true fact into the ending analysis, because sometimes the end analysis mixes things up, and that's what most people, you know, don't see coming. So it's like, it goes back to what Riz said. As reactors, you know, we're surprised when we give our predictions and we figured out just from the pre-analysis alone, because we all do not watch these in preparation. So
but the thing is, if they give everything in the pre-analysis, it makes you wonder, like, what's the point of watching the whole thing if you?
This is true.
Also, they have to still keep it entertaining.
This is true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They can't just go through everything and make it boring.
Yeah, it's to get people, you know, stay attentive to the product. You know what I mean?
Yes. But,
so, like, after the final blow, you'd be like asking yourself, okay, explain how this happened.
Yeah.
And they go into an explanation by cross-referencing everything that they mentioned, even adding something towards it as well.
Yeah.
You know?
I hate to stop you, but pretty much got to move on from this. But yeah, I think
I'm gonna let you finish. But
yeah, I'm gonna let you finish. But yeah, you know, it's like we said, we've established it, and it was a great point, and I definitely like that we're all getting our opinions out there. And I, you know, again, it's understandable. You know, some people, you know, you can just take it or leave it. You know, that's how I look at it. But
I want to give some praise to after we're done with the least favorites.
Yeah, but Riz, do you have any least favorites of the season that you can think of?
Yeah, more my, like, if I rewatched everything, you know, back to back and everything, and it was all fresh in my memory, I'd probably have more and/or different ones. But for now, I'm going to point out two of them.
That's fine.
Sephiroth versus Virgil actually would be one of them.
That's fine.
I think that it was a really good fight, but yeah, I felt they were very deceitful in their presentation, and it left me with a sour feeling.
Can I also bring something funny about the fight?
Make it quick, please.
I don't know if anyone caught this, at least in the first watch, but I was watching the commentary, and they pointed out when Virgil was doing that series of kicks with Beowulf against the Sephiroth clones, it was a Chun-Li move.
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was a direct move from Chun-Li from Street Fighter, and it goes in with the joke of Virgil like Street Fighter because he did a Shoryuken.
I did catch the Shoryuken.
Yeah,
you can do it in the game. I'm pretty sure.
Continue.
Yeah, so yeah, again, like I'm glad for the winner because hey, I like him. But yeah, I just felt cheated by how they did everything. How they seem to, you know, they're like, oh, this is the strength of his. Just kidding. No, it's actually not. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then my other one, the one that jumps out to me the most, I think, is actually Metal Sonic versus Zero. Partly for the fact that, like, I didn't realize that the Mega Man verse was that powerful. You know, I've only played the Mega Man X games, but I've played like almost all of the Mega Man X games at this point.
Yeah.
And so I had some sort of connection to the series, but I just didn't think they were like that big, and it hurt me a little bit to learn they were that powerful because I don't love the overpowered stuff that much.
Same hit. Well, Sonic, why? Oh well, like man can always make a new one.
And then too, the animation, I actually didn't really like the animation that much. I think it fell flat in a lot of areas for me, largely due to the sound design, where things were happening on screen, but none of it felt like it had any impact. It's kind of like if we go back to Erza, you know, like that fight, the sounds just didn't make it come to life for me.
That's fine.
So it, along with being 2D, it was just quite flat.
It's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely. SpectralStar, last one. Do you have any least favorites?
Yeah, just really just one, just Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 2099. It is
Really?
Well, I've seen the fight so much in other
Yeah, and other
channels.
mediums. And other
and it's just it dried. It's I'm done watching it. I don't really want to see another iteration of that fight, really. Unless it's 3D and it's amazing and like they just really go ape on it.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's it for me.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
Before we get too far away from the topic, Death Battle kind of being sneaky in their presentation, I actually agree with Riz on the sentiment. I personally prefer when they give all the information, but like don't go like super into detail, so that way you could figure it out if you think through. And I feel like that's a part of the fun.
So perhaps if they said something like he's strong enough to pretty much just overpower Zack, who has sliced through this metal door.
Exactly. And then like in the post-analysis, maybe they could go over some of his more ridiculous magic or something. Like they could still cover a lot of things from why Seth Rollins wins without being...
That I agree with.
Anyway, just back to
they'll give feats of speed or strength, and they might even give the numbers with those, but they don't give like a back-to-back. Like this is this person's compared to this person's, where you could clearly see like who would win.
Yeah,
but yeah, like the Zack thing that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like we said. I mean, I look at this and how they do this analysis and how they've been doing what they've been doing. It's a double-edged blade. It's a double-edged blade at this point. There are good points about it that we've mentioned, but there are also some sneaky things that they do at the end that just take us off of our guard, and it's hard for us to process this. Like, it takes days for us to accept and figure this out, because I was the same way. Like, when they brought up the whole Zack stuff and how strong he was, I'm like, that's probably something you could have said in the opening analysis, but it took me time to process it and really get it through. So I agree. Maybe they did it this way for, reasons only known to them. We don't really know. But I definitely agree, with everyone's argument here that in the future, maybe they should do that. Maybe they should do that. But if they can't, yeah.
I think they've been really good about giving us most of the information this season. I think they've gotten a lot better than they used to be.
Yes, absolutely.
I think this is just like the most glaring example.
That's why this one really stands out to me. Because I'm willing to sit down and solve this puzzle. And you can put some of the pieces upside down, but I need you to give me all of the pieces.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then I can work with it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Quick question. When you guys processing it, do you guys go back to the video and watch it?
Yeah, I do.
There you have it.
No.
There you have it.
Well, again, even if we do or do not, the arguments the arguments that have been presented, they're still understandable. And
I still personally think that Virgil could wind up killing Sephiroth. Not all the time.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I'm not going to get started on this because we've already wasted too much time about it. But even the Final Fantasy fans themselves, who are the analytical type, they don't agree with how this was presented in the slightest, and it's
Oh, great! They don't agree with another fight.
I'm
getting in the bunker.
I'm just saying.
Hey! I'm in here.
I'm just saying.
It's my bunker now.
I'm just saying. It's understandable from all points. These are all just opinions. Anyway.
Exactly, Riz. Thank you.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I was about to say, Riz.
Yeah, thank you, Riz. Anyway, so those are our least favorites. Just right now. Did I forget anybody?
Can I just go back to like ones that we were giving praise to because I remembered one.
Can you make it quick?
All right. Venom versus Bane.
It's cool.
I want to give that a bit of praise, mostly because I just had a lot of fun researching that fight. Also, I have a friend at work who, ever since I got him into Death Battle, he's always wanted to see Bane. But mostly against either Captain America or like Crossbones. Someone like that. But then when I told him that he was fighting Venom, he was not happy.
Yeah.
Although he did try to bring up a lot of reasons for why he thought Bane could reasonably win, and he did bring up some okay ones, but not really good enough because, Venom.
Yeah, understand.
And when that episode came out, he was not entirely happy because Bane died.
Yeah.
Although, that is his favorite episode ever because he loves Bane's analysis. Also, just the stuff that they gave him in the fight, the really cool moments.
Yeah.
So that's why he loves it.
Fair enough. Okay, so we were originally going to talk about the controversial outcomes, but...
See? His favorite character died and he still loves it.
Yeah, anyway. But the arguments we brought up about the opening and pre-ending analysis, I kind of feel like we've already covered most of the quote-unquote controversial stuff, and if we did cover the controversial stuff, we'd be here all day.
There is one controversial that...
Oh, do we really have to go into this?
Yes, we do. We have to.
As long as we can keep it under 3 minutes, because again...
Keep it under 3 minutes. I think it was the one where Ben, the researchers got some calculations wrong with Android 18 versus Captain Marvel.
Uh-oh.
They give their credit. I know she still won.
Oh no!
I'm not complaining. Look, I'm not
shaking the earth.
All right. Here's the thing. I'm not complaining about it because you know me. I like to listen to what they have to say. But Ben admitted that we got some stuff wrong. One of them is that Android 18 can absorb energy.
Yeah,
the other is her speed feed.
Can I just say that isn't really the first time?
I know it's not the first time, but...
I have a classic example with this hammer. In 4 vs. Raiden, they stated, it weighs 1,000,000 tons, but it really doesn't, although that doesn't really apply much into the fight just because of how strong 4 is.
Right.
And yes, I can.
Yes, absolutely.
But the thing is...
I found this after Wonder Woman killed 4.
Okay.
But the thing is,
canon.
What made me just laugh my butt off is even though, despite the fact that Ben admitted that, I made some mistakes, the Dragon Ball Z community still bitch and complain about the fight.
I'm not surprised.
And it's like to me, it's like, guys, what more do you guys want? They admit, and plus a Dragon Ball Z character won, which is what you guys been wanting.
Technically,
and then all
only 3 Dragon Ball characters have won.
Yeah, but they complained about Hercule winning, and no one remembers Vegeta winning.
Absolutely nobody remembers Vegeta. Well, even when they do bring up Vegeta, they still bring up, you got Vegeta's calculations wrong. Okay, let me just say this. Let me say this. Okay. They haven't. You can understand where they're coming from because Dragon Ball Z is not like anything they've ever had to research before. There are a lot of times where they've admitted they've made mistakes and they could have done it better, but it's understandable because it's Dragon Ball Z.
I have to admit, stuff like that is reasons why I don't like versus debates that involve Dragon Ball Z characters.
Yeah, because
also because
I'm pretty sure
I guarantee they will try to scale anyone to Frieza.
Well, again, let's not go there. But Jaru can pretty much attest to this. The power scaling, the plot holes, and the inconsistencies with the whole universe of characters, it's out of control. And it's just crazy. And trying to make sense
according to
of
logic,
it,
anyone who shows up after Frieza can blow up a planet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Jar...
hi.
I'd like to...
Bob's a planet buster confirmed!
Well, anyway, Jar, go ahead.
I'd like to say some stuff. The 2 main things that they got wrong, quote-unquote, in this match were Android 18 absorbing energy and, of course, her speed.
I'm just going to point out, even though they said they got that wrong,
energy,
they also stated that it didn't really play that big a factor into the fight.
Yeah, let Jar continue.
The thing is, though, however others may like to depict it, the energy absorption thing wasn't just them like, we gave her something she didn't have, whoopsie-doo. It was very much so backed by a lot of things, including games, other stories, etc. And if it wasn't for that one single throwaway line in the Android saga about the not absorbing energy, then the argument would have been completely valid. It wasn't just some simple, like, throwaway mistake. It was a complex analysis that had one small research error. And people like to overblow that. But the other mistake that they made was that the people who calculated Android 18's speed didn't understand the gravity formula. Like Ben, they weren't the one who made it. And I kind of find that hilarious, that the gravity formula is so complicated that don't understand how it works.
To me.
It's not that complicated. In fact, I'm probably going to make a video explaining how the gravity formula works. But the point is, it involved a lot of complex analysis and research, and it wasn't anything like basic or lazy that resulted in these mistakes. Like,
absolutely,
these are hard characters. Dragon Ball characters are always hard to analyze, and it's not really fair to expect Death Battle to be perfect all the time.
No. Expecting them to be pitch perfect with representing the Dragon Ball characters, that's a bit unfair. They do the best they can with what they've got at their disposal. That's it.
Yeah, and they're only human.
Even the best, even the best fans of Dragon Ball Z sometimes can be a little off on their research.
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah, but let's not get too much into that, please.
Yeah, please.
I just thought I'd.
Yeah.
Let's move on to something else.
Yes. Moving on to the last topic. We've talked about the good. We've talked about the least. We've talked about.
There's something I still want to talk to Jaru about. Considering we haven't really done this with him.
It's gonna probably have to wait. Sorry, because this is the last topic. I'm sorry. But now let's talk about season 5. It premieres on February 5th. Of next year.
I just wanted to point out I read the thing as day, month, year when I first saw it because I live in England, not America.
Yeah, well, anyway, don't
worry. So at first I thought it was the 2nd of May.
Death Battle is coming in May. We're going to be overhauling a little bit.
I heard. Yeah, then I was informed after I saw it on Monday that, that's the American way, which is month, day, year, which is a bit strange to me. Personally, but okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so okay. This is a question for everyone. It's going to have a chance to answer this. But what are you guys expecting for season 5?
I am expecting Thanos versus Darkseid because we have Avengers: Infinity War coming out.
Fair enough.
I'm expecting Galactus versus Unicron.
Oh, even better.
Well, we're going to have episode 100 in that season, so it has to be that.
This is true.
I mean, it has to happen eventually.
Yeah, because they have said that fight is going to happen one day.
Yeah.
Like, I think we thought it was going to happen in season 3. It has yet to happen.
Yeah. I'm expecting.
A lot of people thought it was going to be the finale for season 2.
Yeah.
Yes, it was confirmed that long ago.
Yeah. I'm expecting Samurai Jack and Batman versus Black Panther because, as your only mate has pointed out so many times, they've teased and talked about Batman versus Black Panther, and what's a better time to do that matchup than next year because Black Panther's solo movie is coming out, and you've got a crap load of Batman animated films coming out.
Also, there's something I heard.
Let's get our 4th Batman Death Battle.
Yeah.
Right?
There's another one?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's in 3D, I'll be up for it.
Well, a 3rd with Bruce Wayne.
They explain Batman's origins.
I would like to see Bruce Wayne versus T'Challa. Have Batman without the Batsuit. I'm just saying.
Can we just have a joke about how everyone
Bruce Wayne versus Trump in business
and just
business battle?
Pretty sure Bruce Wayne would win, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hands down. Riz, what are you expecting for season 5? Like any matches?
No, I don't. I don't know people. By the way, the fact that I don't know people, I knew Nathan Drake. I just want to point that out.
No, it's fine.
Cool.
But no, yeah, I don't keep up with the Death Battle community, and I just don't know that many people or characters in general. So I'm just gonna have to rely on what you guys say.
Yeah.
There's one matchup I really want, and with what's happening next year, I could see it happening.
Here it comes.
Obviously, Blake versus Mikasa.
I thought you were gonna play a trailer there for a second or something.
No,
It went black. I was like, trailer?
he'll show the thumbnail. He'll literally show the thumbnail of that matchup in this when it's
I'll
edited.
show the thumbnails of a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly. He will.
That's cool.
Anyway,
Yeah, but I just mean because, like, Blake being announced for Cross Tag Battle, like I assume, Cross Tag Battle coming out, wrapping up Volume 5, the premiere of Volume 6, GB Season 3, Attack on Titan Season 3, and a new Attack on Titan video game.
yay! Thank God, no Attack on Titan movie.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard mostly negative.
Oh yeah, of course.
A
Jaru.
live-action anime adaptation wasn't amazing. I'm astounded.
How could that happen?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Evolution is my favorite Dragon Ball movie.
Okay.
We don't talk about that here. Except for how Masako addresses it. We call it Dragon Ball Smellvolution.
Oh God.
Evolution.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a Star Wars death battle. Maybe.
Huh?
Think there might be a Star Wars death battle.
I know, right?
There is one I saw Max suggest on Twitter, and I do actually want this. It's the Millennium Falcon versus Planet Express.
Falcon better win.
Yeah.
Why?
Yep.
Why? I like Futurama. You never know. I mean,
Falcon better win.
I mean, if it comes to
Millennium.
if it comes to
shit.
if it comes to the cruise on the ground, I gotta give it to Planet Express. Just because,
yeah, the Han
just because
Solo
of
and
Bender
Chewie are
alone.
screwed. Leela knows how to fight. She has martial arts experience, and Bender is literally half indestructible.
Yeah,
so,
Let the Wookiee
But
win.
hold on. Here's the thing.
Let
And then
the
Fry's
Wookiee
just
win.
there.
But there's one big factor.
what?
Han shoots first.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
not
right.
what Greedo said. Greedo would like to disagree with you on that one. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. George Lucas would like to disagree with you on that one.
Oh God, it's not
George
good.
Lucas doesn't get to say in this.
It's the Greedo.
Really,
He's
dude?
Jar Jar Binks. He doesn't get to talk
I did
anymore.
not realize.
Greedo?
Yes,
Damn it!
Wow.
Where's my
Yeah.
star?
I applaud that.
Yeah, okay. I want them to have a Star Wars character. We haven't had a Star Wars character in a long time, but at this point, you know,
Since Darth Vader.
the only ones that could be in Death Battle are
Whoa.
Obi-Wan Kenobi
Whoa,
and
whoa,
Yoda.
whoa.
What
Gotta
the
keep
hell
taking
is with his
robot.
audio?
That's
You
it.
get a little wonky.
Okay, I think he wants Obi-Wan Kenobi and someone else.
Yoda was the other one he said.
Okay.
You know, I've always wanted to see a Muppet die in death battle. This should be great. Like,
Poor Frank Oz. I can't let him die. He's too lovable, man.
Oh, thank God. Sorry, I had to leave for a minute. My computer was dying. That would have been horrible. Anyway,
How did you say
yeah.
it?
I know that Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda. We've already had Boba Fett, so yeah. There's not really that much Star Wars characters we could have.
How about Kylo Ren?
No.
No.
Come on.
Much about the guy. We've only seen him like
has
2
a laser hilt to his laser sword.
His laser
God.
Come on. We can have a same universe battle, like Kylo Ren versus Darth Maul or something.
How about
Oh,
like a
yeah,
triple
that's
threat
nice.
fight?
I'm on Team Darth Maul on that one.
Yeah.
Guys, hear me out. Triple threat. All 3
Yeah.
sagas, character from each to fight. See who wins.
Oh my God. Whoever wins, George Lucas loses.
Yes.
Yeah.
You already
On
lost
the topic of battle royales, I still want to see another Pokemon Starter battle royale, but with Gen 2.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Like Typhlosion versus Feraligatr versus Meganium.
Oh wait, I forgot. There are 2 more fights I want to see. I want to see a Christmas fight, and I want to see a Halloween horror fight. Come on, it's been
Jason
4
Voorhees versus
seasons
Mike Myers.
already. Come on.
Oh, dude, yeah. But I think we all know who's going to win that one.
Yeah. You know, Jesus, can we
Jason Voorhees.
like Santa Claus versus Superman or Santa Claus versus the Grinch? I don't care. Anybody.
I'm sorry, but Superman would stomp Superman.
Hey, whoa.
Hold on there.
Santa Claus can
You can't just go
deliver.
into that.
Santa Claus can deliver.
Superman is so overpowered that
You
he
crazy?
even stomps Superman.
Dude, in one night he goes to every single house
Around the world.
around the world in one freaking night.
Yeah.
That's a feat.
Oh yeah.
That is
Plus,
Meanwhile,
The Santa
Superman
Claus
has
of
destroyed
DC,
all solar systems with a sneeze.
You do realize Santa Claus has fought Martians. He has experience fighting other people.
But would we count the reindeer as outside help? Like, would they be allowed?
That's true. He won't be able to get anywhere without the reindeer.
Dude.
Instead of a lump
Disney.
of coal, he brings him a lump of kryptonite.
Thank you.
Yes!
You've been a naughty boy.
Yeah,
Beats him over the head.
the Santa Claus in DC is so badass that he every year navigates Apocalypse's defenses to give Darkseid a lump of coal.
Yes.
I heard about that in Desk of Death Battle once.
That's more than Superman can do.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Boom! Santa Claus for the win. And DuoDreamer, I guess you're getting a lump of coal for Christmas because you believe Santa Claus is gonna win. That or you'll just get no Gundams.
Hey.
I'm
Hey.
kidding.
Like I said, I think Santa would win though.
Oh, okay. Well, do not doubt.
I said Santa would stomp Superman.
Okay, I
That's
heard
what
you say
said.
Superman would stomp.
I
I'm
heard
sorry,
that too.
my mom
No.
was acting up.
I said Santa.
I would really like to see another remastered Death Battle.
They have
Master
talked
Chief
about doing
versus
another
Doom Guy.
Yeah.
Or Mario vs.
I don't even
Sonic.
care what that
Or
is.
no, here's
I just think
another
it'd be
another style I want. This is one DuoDreamer and I have been pushing for a very, very, very long time. Let's have a live action fight.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
And it depends on how it's done. I mean, they could get in contact with like Bat in the Sun or like
No,
Ismahawk.
they've actually said that if they were to do a live action fight, it would be Ismahawk. They would. Are you kidding me? They can't
I
get
said
bad.
or Ismahawk.
Yeah, they can't get bad in this
Richard,
time.
you've got to listen.
Even better.
But the first live action to me should be Red Hood versus Winter Soldier.
I
They
would
can
like to
pull
see
it
that
off.
fight.
They can pull it off in live action.
Yeah, they could. They could. They definitely could. Jar, you had something to say.
Here's an even better idea than live action. Let's have Gumby in Death Battle and do claymation.
Okay.
Yes! Yes!
Oh man,
I'll
I would
get
actually
my
love that.
paycheck.
Oh my
Wait a
god.
minute. Gumby versus Jack Skellington.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Why not?
What? Okay,
Yeah.
well, come on. That's hard for me to pick. I love Gumby and Jack Skellington. Why do you hate me?
That's the answer to the win.
Yeah, I got an autograph from Jack Skellington's voice actor, so of course I'm going to be biased towards Jack Skellington. Sorry.
All right,
You're describing me with Blake versus Mika, sir. I love both characters, yet I would have to see one of them die.
Yeah, I know. Oh, look, see, there's Jack.
But
The memorabilia.
Though, that
What
being
I would
said,
like
I've
to see,
researched a
guys-
bunch of feats from Blake, and she's fucking insane.
Yeah. I want to see all of these done. Duo, do you have something to say?
yeah, what I would like to see in season 5, since we had a boxer versus boxer match, I like to see a pro wrestler versus a pro wrestler.
Oh, interesting.
So here I have 2 ideas.
Okay, what
One of them is Wolf Harkfield from Virtual Fighter versus King from Tekken.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would have to give it to King because I like King. He's pretty awesome.
I would give it to Wolf.
It's got a
in my
tiger
opinion.
head.
I wouldn't be surprised if we finally get a
Cheetah
different
head.
character. It's either going to be
What is
that
his head doing?
or
I think he just wears a realistic mask.
It's a
Spectral-
mask.
Yeah, I know, but what animal is it?
It's a
Because I
tiger.
can't.
I think
Okay,
it's a
it's tiger.
jaguar.
Oh, it's okay. See, look. I don't know. It's some
The
cat.
other one I would like to see if they actually do it. John Cena versus Hulk Hogan.
Oh
Oh,
my
God.
god.
Are
It
they
would
8-bit or 16-bit or what?
Can I just
You're gonna
say
do that?
I was really put off the whole John Cena thing because when I was playing Xbox with my friends, one guy kept playing the John Cena clip over his mic over and over and over, and I was just like, "Shut the fuck up!"
It's John Cena.
The greatest meme ever.
I know.
But here's the thing. I know some people's gonna say, well, they're not fictional characters. Being a pro wrestler myself, I play a fictional character all the freaking time. So you can use these wrestlers in a crossover debate series.
Well, they have talked about doing a DBX that may come out next year.
Oh,
but
Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Kool-Aid Man.
yeah.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Oh man,
Chad has actually researched that.
Oh God, Kool-Aid Man! You think you can take on the Macho Man?
oh yeah,
Oh yeah!
oh yeah.
I don't know, but to me, I think Macho Man would win because the only best feat that Kool-Aid Man has is breaking through walls.
Hey, no.
Yeah, but
He had a
what
Marvel
keeps him
comic
alive?
series.
Is it the glass or is it the
No.
liquid?
He had the Kool-Aid Man had a Marvel comic book series where he was able to break through a spaceship in outer space without, being frozen out in space. I am dead serious. The Kool-Aid Man is indestructible. He can breathe and walk in space.
He's not even a living person. He's
I wasn't aware that Kool-Aid needed to breathe.
Yeah, and I'm not kidding you. I can't make this up. The Kool-Aid Man is a superhero, and he battles these things called the Nasties, and he actually has his own secret Kool-Aid.
I'm just gonna point out that we have like 40 minutes left.
Okay, fair enough. Don't underestimate the Kool-Aid Man. You don't know what the Kool-Aid Man could do.
All I have to do is take up the Kool-Aid Man, drink him up, and boom.
Would you say it would be a
done.
cool fight?
Oh,
Oh god.
I hate you, mate.
that or you could have the Kool-Aid Man trip. Wait.
Did he kill He killed an entire cult?
Oh yeah.
Keep talking like that, you're gonna need some first aid.
Hey, did you hear what Chris?
Yeah, I did.
That was a good one, man.
That was
Thank
great.
you, thank you.
That was great.
Yeah, I'm just saying, do not underestimate the Kool-Aid Man. Yes, he can easily
You
break.
said that already.
I know, but I'm just
Stop
re-emphasizing.
repeating yourself.
Oh, shut up! I can repeat myself.
Next on the itinerary.
Okay.
Dude,
Yes. No. Hold on.
Oh,
hold
yeah,
on.
what is
Amber
Amber
has
looking
her
for?
own segment to do. Go ahead, Amber. I turn it
No,
over.
not
to you.
just that. You didn't ask me what I want. Like, what
Oh,
I want.
I said that,
Richard, man.
I'm terrible. What do you want from
Get
me?
in the game, man.
Should we
I'm
agree
sorry,
that
what do
Richard's
you
never
want from
allowed
me?
to
Give me-
do these pre-recorded ones anymore?
Okay, Amber, go ahead. That's why I said also too. It's your turn. I'm sorry.
Okay, real quick.
Go ahead. No, take all the
I
time.
call it Auto the Ninja, but Ryu Hayabusa versus Raiden from Metal Gear.
Ooh.
Why do you hate Ryu so much?
Huh?
Why do you hate Ryu so much?
I'm not hating Ryu. I'm
Why
not
do you want to fight
hating
Raiden?
It was
I
really a
don't
good
know.
fight.
It's the one thing that popped into my head while this is going on.
It could happen. You never know.
I can't think of anything else.
Died once.
Well, technically-
I can't think of anything else, all right?
yeah, get off her back. Your only mate, Jesus. You want a cat ninja to fight an anime spider girl, and you know the
Oh
anime
yeah, because
character's
it'd be
gonna
awesome.
lose. Exactly. I'm just
Or
saying.
you can have Geki. Or is the name Geki from
Genji.
Overwatch?
Genji. Yeah,
Genji.
Genji.
Genji from
You know what even
Overwatch
better?
versus
Even better.
Raiden.
Raiden versus Genji.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
They're both bionic ninjas. Might as well.
I mean, depending on what Genji ends up doing in the Overwatch canon, then maybe.
Just don't put any of them up against Strider, and they'll be
Oh
okay.
God. I would love to see Strider Hero come back.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but
Coolest ninja ever, in my opinion.
okay, but yes, that's our yes. Now Amber's going to do her own segment, which I turn it over to her.
Like real quick, because I tweeted like maybe earlier in the week that I said that if I should do a statement where I eat the amount of Bean Boozled beans to the amount of losses I did for season 4 Death Battle, and I think Richard answered that I only lost 4 times.
Yes, you did. I
I thought
checked.
it was 5.
No, it was 4. I checked.
I saw 5 somewhere.
No, well, you're wrong. It was Megazord versus Voltron, Captain Marvel, Metal Sonic, and Thor. So it's 4.
Yeah. Okay, so instead of like using the little spinner thing, I'm just gonna randomly pick. These taste like butt. Like, oh. So anyway, instead of using the little spinner, I'm just gonna pick a really random one. And I took out the blue ones because the blue ones are winning the way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick up 4 random ones, and I'm not even gonna look. So you guys are gonna like, oh, here we go. Okay.
Just make sure it's the
First
one
pick.
that's not like a.
First pick. Can you see it?
I can't tell. What is that?
It looks white.
It does look white.
Okay, that's one. Oh, I'm already scared.
Just don't pick like
It's probably
the
burnt.
You got 3
pinkish
more.
orange. Get the pinkish orange one, you're doomed.
If I pick the same color, let me know.
Okay.
You pick the same color.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna put this back.
JaruJaruJ, you want to comment on this?
That's green.
Okay.
What's going on?
It's green like Mako.
Oh, Amber's doing this bean challenge thing.
Yeah, I'm just glad I don't have to eat those.
That's like a light green,
Okay.
I
Okay.
think.
Was the other one a darkish green with specks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can
One
barely
more.
tell. My screen is
Oh my
flashing.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Come on, you can do it. Be a
I
trooper.
think you've got that one already.
Okay. Darn.
Got it already.
You might just want to look and pick one of the remaining.
It's like an EA loot box with all the duplicates.
Yeah, you've only got one color left.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Get a brown one.
There you go.
I thought that was the same
Okay.
one you already
Oh
had.
no, not that one.
What?
No. Okay, the ones that are, the white one is either coconut or spoiled milk.
Oh no.
Oh,
I don't like
The
either
light
of
green
those.
one, the light green one is either lime or lawn clippings.
Oh.
That's not bad.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Oh.
This
It's
one,
just grass.
this
I
one,
used to eat grassy
juicy,
bread.
juicy pear or booger.
Oh.
Ugh.
Burger?
What's
wow.
wrong with boogers?
Dreading the most. Freaking popcorn or rotten eggs.
Oh no.
Oh.
No.
Okay, here we go.
Good luck.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
good
take
luck.
the first one. Okay, butter popcorn or rotten eggs.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
I know. The suspense is killing me.
Mm.
Oh, it's rotten egg. Oh god, Amber, don't
Yeah,
die.
watch your pallets.
This is like I'm watching a bush tucker trial when I'm a celebrity getting out of here.
God.
Ugh.
Oh god, please.
Okay.
All right, you're all right. You're all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not finished.
Coconut or spoiled milk.
They both sound
I
bad.
don't even like coconut itself.
Oh,
Right?
Oh god.
come on, you can do it. Be a trooper. You can do it.
It's
Wait,
like one bite.
did you even taste though?
I did taste it. It was spoiled milk.
Jar
Ah!
dogs are judging you.
Let me eat a blue one.
Okay, you got. Wait, how many is that right now? Is that 3?
That was 2. Okay. I ate a blue one. It was blueberry.
Okay.
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 You
Okay.
just took a chance on that one too. You didn't know for sure.
Well, she's fine with either flavor, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Toothpaste
Okay.
or blueberry, so it's a win either way.
Yeah, toothpaste doesn't
Oh,
taste
okay.
Okay. Juicy pear or booger.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Boogers are not that bad.
I guess juicy.
Just
I
taste
really don't know.
Oh.
That's
Is it
worrying.
pear? I think it's pear.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Everybody had pear.
You got lucky.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe. Or you just don't mind the
That
other
was
that
not so
much.
bad.
I know.
That was not so bad. Last one, not that bad either. Lime or lawn clippings.
I guess I'm gonna go with lime. I don't want you to get the bad ones and choke.
You've suffered enough.
Exactly.
I'm guessing it's lime.
Lime. Yeah, I think it's lime.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yay, lime. I hate lime.
Congrats. You survived.
You survived.
I'm gonna eat another blue bean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amber, can I just
Hopefully
say you would not
toothpaste
last
is gonna
long
flush
on
out
Amazon
all
to
that,
get me out of here.
Toothpaste. Give me
Oh,
that
that's not
greasy
bad.
breakfast.
There you go.
Amber,
Good way to finish
congrats,
off.
Amber.
Good job.
Get
Okay,
something.
you want to like cut that out and send that to me so I can put it on my channel if you want to?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
fine.
sure.
Like copy that and send it to me.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. You're all right.
Oh, that milk was horrible.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, that was like the most instantaneous like
Yeah.
red tree flakes
One
ever.
bite. It only takes
Okay.
one bite.
All right. Okay. So again, congrats, Amber. You didn't get that many losses this season, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
good.
But the thing
You
is,
didn't die.
for the next step, for the next season, after I assume, after I lost, like say I lost in the first episode, I'm gonna eat a bean.
Okay, that's a new thing.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna do just this season. If people like enjoy it, I'll keep on going.
That's fine. That's fine. That's good.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Well,
God
if Mike
forbid.
versus Mikasa or just
I think
another
you should
Ruby
put-
character in FL in general happens,
I
we'll
think
talk.
for each video, you should put up a wager, like have your fans put up a wager how many beans you would eat if you lose or something.
That's a good idea.
Because just eating one, might get a little boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Just
what I
saying.
just did, like after the season, ask how many losses, and I just need the amount.
No, like for each episode, like I guess maybe have a fan wager
Yeah.
how many beans you should eat if you lose.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh, you mean like,
No.
let's say I lost in the first episode. I asked how many beans should I eat?
Mhm.
Right.
I think that's what he's saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't say like nothing higher than maybe 4 or 5.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Maybe a little lower than, maybe no higher than. Yeah, you're right. Maybe no higher than 4.
Yeah.
Like no higher than 4
Yeah.
No higher than 4.
or something. I don't know. Just an idea.
Yeah.
I'll think about that.
Well, thankfully, I don't have to do any of those things because my streak is 18-0. Woo!
Holy crap.
I'm going into 20 next year.
Once you lose the first one,
No.
it's Amy versus Ramona all over again.
I told you never to mention that. Damn it, man. It ain't my fault I picked Ramona. I liked her more as a character. Get off my back. Damn you, Amy. Although I do like
Amy?
Yeah, because I went for Ramona. I mean, I like Amy, but she was annoying to Sonic. It's just like, God, it's creepy.
Okay, well, moving on. There's something I said that we should do with Jaru, considering we've done it with all of us, Riz, and not Jaru. So that
Okay.
seems only fair.
Well, let's go ahead and-
Jaru, considering we usually do this with guests, let's get the negative one out of the way, because no one really likes this.
He's like, gasp.
What is your least favorite death battle, like, overall?
Fulgore versus Sector.
That's one that not a lot of people bring up.
Which one?
Yeah, because it's terrible.
Ogor versus Sector.
Yeah, it is just the animation is underwhelming, the choreography is repetitive, and the ending was a super huge letdown. I expected an awesome
thought the ending was-
combo. I got a copy paste excuse for a finisher. I don't even know what that was.
Well, for me,
Sad.
the like, saving grace is like the end of the animation was just having the Ultra Combo.
For me, the highlight were the lightsabers.
Oh yeah,
Neither of those were enough to save it for me. Yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Battle is He-Man versus Lion-O.
Yay!
Because the 80s are alive in me. They are amazing. I love everything from the 80s. And He-Man and Lion-O are ridiculous and hilarious. Oh man, they're just constantly like doing their puns the entire fight.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
god!
It was great.
gold.
Welcome to the 80s.
And then it just like randomly like steps up the animation. It's like, oh, look at these awkwardly placed sprites. Oh my god, he threw a mountain. And then it's like, it's so quality out of nowhere.
and even the
you know.
analysis that was really interesting to listen to. Like,
Oh, and the analysis
He-Man
was hilarious.
did this, the fuck, and they did this, the double fuck.
And both of
Yeah.
them fought Superman. They have that in common.
Yeah.
I will say that's something that spoiled the first Goku vs Superman for Riz, because I remember his reaction to that. They brought up,
Yeah,
and
same
he even
here.
traded blows with Superman. You know, the guy who can move planets and might have killed your favorite person ever.
Oh, I know.
Riz was watching that going, well, that was a spoiler.
What?
Yeah, because that was before I started watching them in order. I was just watching them upon request.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't get Goku vs Superman first.
No. I don't know what that means.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, admittedly, as time goes on, I'm probably gonna pick a new favorite just because some of the animation and He-Man vs. Lion-O hasn't aged well, but it's still good. I still enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
It's just so cheesy.
Yeah. Last one. Do you have a most wanted that you want in the future to come true?
Yeah. What do you want to see?
It's kind of hard. I'm kind of like Riz. I don't really know characters, so hype for matches are unique. Like I want to see Darkseid versus Thanos, but everyone wants to see that. So I guess one match that I thought was unique, maybe not the hypest, but I thought it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Is Dragonborn versus Skyrim and Dark Souls, respectively.
Yeah.
I think they have a lot in common.
I think there's only one issue with that matchup, just because of how customizable they are. Also, Richard the Echo is back.
I know. Well, move on. Just ignore it. Ignore it. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think that'd be interesting, and it would be curious to see how they tackle the player customization issue. But that's part of what would make it so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I enjoyed about Link versus Cloud.
Yeah.
Understand. Is that it? There's something about hearing about that matchup a while back. If
can it wait another time? Because kind of.
This is super quick.
Fine.
If let's say the Chosen Undead lost, would it say you died instead of?
Yeah, we're going. That's why I told him.
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right. So that's it, everyone. We're the season 2 finale. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Yeah. This was a great season, full of great matches. Least favorites. It was just an overall great season. We had fun with this, and also too, Nerdbender season 2 is renewed for season 3. YouTube has not canceled us yet. We're gonna keep going until we all die, whatever that is. Of course, special thanks to Jaru and Riz for coming back on. We love having them on so much. Like, again, Jaru and Riz at this point, they're a part of this family. That's what this podcast is. It's not a podcast. It's a family at this point.
I'd also throw Max in there.
Yes, of course. I'm going to say that. Everyone, just want to thank all of our guests from Masako, Max, like everyone that's been a part of this wonderful family.
I really want to have Max on again.
Yes, thank you.
Also,
stop ruining the speech. I'm trying to get sentimental and you're ruining it.
For Duo was amazing.
Yes, thank you. This means I had a lot of fun doing this, co-writing all of these episodes and just coming up with all of them. I can't wait to show you guys what we have for season 3. It's going to be, hopefully it can live up to this one. I don't know, but I just want to thank everyone that's on here right now. You all are more than friends. You're my family. And it means a lot to me that I get to do this. And to me, in my opinion, non-selfishly, this is the best Christmas present I could have ever asked for. Having a great friends/family to do an amazing show with. And of course, I want to thank all the fans, all of them, for supporting us individually and just, being there for all of us. And next year, you're going to get a lot of great things. And yeah, I'm so excited for season 3 next year. So before we wrap up, because tis the season, which we will all which we're going to bring back something we haven't done in a while. But does anybody real quick want to say anything to anyone who's watching?
Other than Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah, that's what we were all going to say together.
Yeah. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Where do you live?
Happy Rusev Day!
Rusev Day.
Oh, God. Or Happy Life Day.
Happy Life Day!
God, why did I say that?
I love that echo.
Oh man, best Star Wars movie ever. I'm glad they
Okay.
kept it canon.
So talk about it. I haven't watched it yet. So,
All right. Yeah.
kill you.
Riz, do you have anything to say to anyone out there?
Your heart's warming.
I mean, not what we're apparently going to do in unison, but thank you guys for allowing me to come again. It was fun chatting with you all and exchanging
Absolutely,
views
man.
on everything. So yeah, it was fun.
Yes, and of course we'll bring you back. You're welcome back anytime when we. That's the thing. We don't bring guests on for just a one and done. They can be as recurring as they want because they're in this family with us. So don't worry, you will not. This won't be the last time you see Riz or Jaru. They will be back. And because we love having them.
Rise.
Yeah. But yes. Before we all sign off, let's all together, see if we can say a Merry Christmas because we're all wearing Santa hats. Well, almost all of us.
Pretend I am.
No, not you, SpectralStar. I'm looking at DuoDreamer over there.
I can see it's triggered.
Oh, it's festive. It's festive enough.
I almost forgot. Speaking of the Back to Rise music from Brothers TJ.
Gonna have to wait.
Sorry, I forgot one last thing behind the scenes. That was originally planned for Meta vs. Carolina.
Okay, thank you.
Just saying.
Thank you. All right, so on 3, let's wish everyone a happy Merry Christmas because Christmas Eve is tomorrow. So let's see if we can all do
And I'll
this.
be editing this all Christmas Eve. Oh, joy.
Yay!
All right, so let's do
on
this.
3 or is it 3 and then go?
No, on 3.
Timing might be a bit off because of
Okay, well, hold on. I'll start the clock. I'll start it. All
Hey,
right.
give us an example of how we're going to do it.
Oh my god!
1, 2, 3. We're going on 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So it is after 3 then.
Yeah.
Hi. Can we just say it already?
Okay.
Go!
1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas! And Happy New Year! Yeah.
Merry
We hope
Christmas.
you all
Happy Life Day.
Yes, we hope you all get amazing presents, and we hope we gave you the best present of all.
Friendship.
Exactly. I was gonna say death battle and Amber eating beans, but okay, friendship is good too.
I was actually going to ask, does anyone have anything they want to plug?
Nope, no plugging.
No, I'm good.
We've already
No
done
plug.
enough plugs.
Yeah.
Tune into Mine and Max's. Let's discuss Ruby series.
Okay.
We're still doing that.
Yep. Until then, everyone, this is everyone at Nerdbender because we all don't have time to do our own catchphrases. So sorry, but from all of us here at Nerdbender, we wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, wherever you're watching, either in the world or in the universe. All of you aliens out there, we love you all, and we hope you have a great day.
Hi, Blake.
Yep.
Bye.
I've been teasing this throughout the entire podcast.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Everyone. See you
Bye.
next year.
Hope you get lots of presents.
Blake is waving goodbye.